Another aspect of other safety beyond driving safety has to do with life cycle issues. There are a number of things that will happen during the vehicle life cycle that can potentially result in unsafe operation. And the question is, how much of the responsibility for either fixing problems or at least noticing that a problem impairs safety is delegated to the ADS versus other mechanisms such as fleet operations? One is handling updates. The ADS will need to make sure it only installs updates when it's safe to do so. But from an organizational point of view, you may need to fully recertify for safety after every single weekly update and make sure that the update is installed properly. You'll also need to decide whether a vehicle will remain acceptably safe if it misses an update for some reason. Security in general will clearly be a problem here. There's also vehicle maintenance. There'll be pre-flight checks, cleaning, snow removal, and corrective maintenance that will need to be done. It's unreasonable to expect an ADS to do mechanical repairs on its own vehicle, but it will probably need to understand that certain maintenance routines need to be done on a certain time scale so it can return to a maintenance facility to have them done. And it may well need to be able to diagnose incorrect maintenance or realize there's been some sort of fault that requires a repair, since if it's fully autonomous, there's nobody in the vehicle necessarily that will even notice something's broken, let alone realize that something needs repair, given that the typical passenger is not expected to be a certified autonomous vehicle mechanic. There are some maintenance items that might seem trivial on a human-driven vehicle that could end up being life-critical on an automated vehicle. As a simple example, consider windshield washing fluid. In a human-operated vehicle, when the windshield washing fluid runs out, a human driver, in the worst case, if mud splashes against the windshield, can stick their head out the window and at least to get the vehicle to a safe stop. But what if there's an automated vehicle that's been designed to assume that the optical sensors can always see because there's cleaning fluid that keeps them clean? That same vehicle pulls out besides a truck in some messy weather, and every optical sensor in the vehicle gets coated with mud. If the windshield cleaning fluid has run out, then that could be a life-critical issue. Even worse, supply chain issues can affect safety. What if the windshield fluid in the supply chain was missing required antifreeze because the wrong type got delivered or there was a quality fade issue in which the supplier cut corners? What if the windshield wiping fluid is a frozen block of ice instead of fluid and you don't find it out till you're at highway speed passing a truck? Again, a human can usually mitigate these sorts of things. But if the ADS hasn't been designed to handle that situation, it could have a bad outcome. Things such as counterfeit parts, incorrect replacement parts, and so on always present a hazard to a normal vehicle. But if the ADS is not designed to be able to compensate for these kind of failures, even a fairly minor supply chain fault can have a significant adverse life-critical outcome if it hasn't been accommodated in the ADS design.